Pressed flowers are a great way to preserve your beautiful blooms and make your wonderful memories last forever. They can also be used to personalize any decor or gift. So, if you want to know more, then please keep watching. The things you will be needing for this project are some fresh flowers. I have a marigold, some vincas, portulacas, and purslines. I have these ones, small ones too, and I've got a zucchini flower, and I've got some ferns too, which I'll be later using to decorate. And we'll be needing ceramic tiles like this one. These are the best in there and will be easily available if you have some leftover from the construction work in your house, or if you don't have these, then you can easily use ceramic dishes like this ones, which can easily heat. And I'll be using this space to place the flowers, so I have used this dish. I have this which will easily fit, you can see, like this, where I'll be placing the flowers. Then I have two cardboard pieces which I've cut in the shape in which I'll be placing the flowers. And I also have two absorbent papers which I've cut out from A4 size sheets, which are best for pressing the flowers. And a scissor. So let's start. Well, freshness is the key here, and we'll be using only fresh flowers, as the flowers tend to slightly fade away once pressed and dried. And if you have got some chunky flowers like this one, then we'll be cutting these in half as they have too much water content. So for reducing it, I'll be cutting this in half, like you can see here, carefully. Okay. So we'll be placing it like this, and this one like this. We're cutting off any extra part. Well, it's best to choose flowers which have a naturally flat surface like these ones, and like this Euphorbia milli, or something like this. This is a zucchini flower which have a naturally flat surface and is the best to press. And these ones are also great too, and this will go very well with the flowers. So you have to cut any extra part which you will not be needing. I'll also be cutting this Euphorbia milli from here, and this one, and here you can see, like this. Okay, you can see now they are much better to press. And I'll be cutting out the ferns, only that much. I'll be using only that much. I'll be needing only this one. And I've also got a dianthus here, you can see. I am thinking of, as the petals are attached down below, so I am thinking of using the stem. I'll be removing these extra parts here, you can see. That's good to go. I'll be doing the similar thing with all the flowers here. Now they will be much easier to press. These are very fragile, so handle them with care. Now you can see these are mostly, all of them are mostly have a flat surface. Like this one also now have a flat surface, so it will be easy to use them. So let's start. We are having here 3 sets of absorbent paper. These are simple A4 sheet papers. We'll be using 2 each to place the flowers. Now we'll be arranging the flowers. On the first one, I'll be placing the marigold, and I'll be placing some euphorbia mealis. Then I have portulacas, and I'll be using all this space to place the flowers. And here I'll be using another. And then I'll be placing the paper upon it. And don't try to press it as the flowers will get mushy. On the second one, I'll be placing the zucchini flower, another portulaca, and this is the dianthus. I'm thinking of slightly pressing it so the stem is visible. Euphorbia mealis. And then I'll be again placing the sheet of paper upon it. For the third one, I'm thinking of using these rinkas. Okay. Place all the flowers face down. Then the euphorbia mealy, another portulaca, and here's another one. I'll be placing all the small flowers here. Euphorbia mealy, and then we have another dianthus here, uh, and another euphorbia mealy. And I'm trying to fit this another portulaca in here. I think I'll be placing it here, the second one. Okay. Now we'll be placing and arranging all the ceramics, the cardboard and the paper, and then we'll be placing them in the microwave. So let's go. Now we'll be arranging this paper. We'll be sandwiching the flowers between the paper, cardboard, and the ceramic tiles. Or in case here, I've got the ceramic dishes. Okay. So firstly, I'll be taking the ceramic dish here, and I'll be placing a cardboard piece. Then I'll be placing the papers, absorbent papers in which I have placed the flowers. Okay. Then I'll be placing another layer of cardboard, and the last thing we'll be placing another dish we'll be fitting in the cavity. And this is the important part. Don't try to press down the upper dish down below, as the flowers will naturally get flattened out when the water will get evaporated. If you will be pressing this, the flowers will get mushy and you will not be getting the desired result. So let's go and microwave this. Let's Using a low temperature, heat for 30 to 60 seconds at a time, allowing everything to cool in between each heat cycle. You can also check in between if the flowers need more time, as it totally depends on the type of flower which you are pressing. Handle the dishes with care, as they might be too hot to handle and you might end up burning your hand. Dried flowers will feel just like paper, and you can easily store them inside a book, as they initially tend to attract moisture. Well, I also thought of using some extra flowers like this hibiscus. I'll be removing the middle portion so that it will have a flat surface like this. Okay, and I'll also remove this part, the stem, and I'll be placing it face down. I'll be doing the same thing with all the other ones. So now we'll be reviewing the results, and here you can see firstly this is a hibiscus flower. It turned out to be pretty much well, but the edges was not properly out, as it stick to the paper, as you can see here, as the space was not enough for it. So if you are using ceramic tiles, then it will be good for you. Next is this zucchini flower. Well, it also turned out to be very good, but it also sticks to the paper, so handle it with care. And these portulagas, well, these were not so good as they formed a type of blob, so it was difficult to remove them. As you can see here, it was difficult to remove them, and the results were also not that good, so I'll not recommend using them. Here's a rose which turned out to be good, and here's a plumeria. This also turned out to be beautiful. Here's another zucchini flower. This is also good. Here are the Boston ferns. You can see. Well, this also turned out to be good. Here's another hibiscus flower. You can see. If you can see, I can show you. Well, it was the initial one I tried. It was also fine, but the one I tried today is much better. And here's the dianthus. Well, it's also pretty good. If you can see, yeah. And here you can see it's the winkers. Winkers were also great. They also turned out to be pretty good. I think this was the pink one and this is the white one. The pink one slightly faded and it's very fragile, so I'll not be picking it up. This is another dianthus. It also turned out to be good. Here's the marigold. Well, I didn't like it that much and it kind of formed, it stick together. It's not looking that much good. And here are the flowers of Euphorbia milli. Well, they were also very great, were also good, and they're looking so cute. I'll be using them in my project soon. And this one are random weeds which I picked. Well, this is the result. I think it's okay. And here is one, what you call it, morpung or thuja in our language. These are very fragile and tend to break easily, so handle them with care. Well, now you can easily use them in your DIYs and decor projects. And if you want to know how I'll be using them, then stay tuned by following this channel and pressing the red button down below. Thank you.